So the probability stuff is going to come from the notes. I'm going to go through notes over probability. And then the geometry part of this unit, guys, it's really easy stuff. Okay? The geometry stuff is very simple. You should be able to do it on your own. And also, there's so much of it. Like, I was looking through the assignment for today, and literally every problem is different from the others. It's 20 totally different problems. So I'm not going to do notes over 20 different topics just so that you can see an example of every single one of them. You've seen them all in geometry. You passed geometry because you made it this far. And you have question help, and you have me that I can help as well. So you should be fine on the Math Excel, even though we're not going through geometry examples. All right? So let's jump into these probability problems really quickly. What is the probability of the spinner landing on 3? On 3. Yes, so somebody shouted. You didn't shout, I'm kidding. 1 out of 6, right? 1 out of 6. So you're saying there's one square. So it's the desired outcome over the total outcomes, and that's kind of our that's kind of how we're gonna organize these. That's how probability is expressed as a ratio of desired outcomes over total possibilities or outcomes, the total possible outcomes. So you spin this spinner, and it could land on 6 different spots, so that's your total. Only one of those spots is a 3, so 1 out of 6. Okay. You could also write that probability 1 in 6, like that, a ratio like that. Or you could write it as a percentage. What's 1 over 6? What percentage is that? 16.7%. Okay? So a lot of different ways to express probability. I would like for you to stick to fractions unless otherwise stated. Okay? All right, so what's the probability of the spinner landing on a 1? Well, there are two spots that are 1, so 2, and there are 6 total spaces, so 6. 2 out of 6, which reduces to what? 1/3. Wonderful. What is the probability of the spinner landing on a 2? What is it? 1/6. And then are you more likely to spin an odd number or an even number? Well, which ones are odd? Yeah, the odd ones 1, 1, and 3. So that's 3 out of 6 for the odds, which is 1 out of 2. And then for the evens, 1, 1, 1. There are, again, 3 out of 6, which is 1 over 2. So are you more likely to spin an odd or an even number? No. Equally, you guys are right. It's okay. Equally likely. I am not more likely to spin one or the other. That's why I'm saying no. I'm equally likely to spin odd or even. Okay? So the desired outcome over the total possible outcomes. All right. Why don't you finish up this page on your own? 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can do these. There are the answers. So check your answers there. Probability of spinning on red. Spinner landing on red. Well, there are 2 spaces out of 4 total. 2 out of 4, which reduces to 1/2. The probability of the spinner landing on orange, 1/4. The probability of the spinner landing on a primary color, which is a dumb question because we've all been taught the wrong primary colors. Did you know that?
Yeah, because
the primary colors are not yellow, red, and blue. What are they?
Red, blue, green. It's green.
No.
Red, purple. Yeah, red and primary colors are white or primary pigments.
Magenta. Is that what you're talking about?
Wait, no, it's what?
It's like yellow and it's magenta and like
I'm gonna get my art teacher on.
Yes, you should ask the art teachers what the true primary colors are.
I will gladly ask her.
Yeah. It is not red, blue, and yellow. That's what your elementary schools taught you for simplicity.
We're not talking science.
It's yellow, yellow, cyan, and
Cayenne.
I think magenta is the other one.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So that's why all of your printers and electronics go with CMY. Yellow, cyan, and magenta, because literally color is not, it's not just like guessing, there's a science to it. It's the wavelength that determines the color, and so mathematically they have already determined what the true primary colors are. Terrible problem, but whatever, 3 out of 4. And then lastly, number 8, Mike said, you have a 50-50 chance of spinning red. What does he mean?
He said there, out of the 4 spots, there's 2 that are red. So
Yeah.
probably gonna hit.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. All right. Okay, the marbles pictured below are gray, white, and black. They are placed in a bag. One is drawn at random. Which color marble is least likely to be drawn from the bag? Least likely. Black. Black. Right? 1 out of 7. 1 out of 7 chance that you pull a black marble. What is the probability of the black marble from the bag? Well, we just did that. 1 out of 7. What is the probability of drawing a gray marble? Well, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of total 7. Probability of drawing a white marble. What is it? 2. 2 is not a probability. 2 over 7. There we go. 200% likelihood. Okay, it's 2 out of 7. If you just say 2, you're saying 200%. That's not true. What is the probability of drawing a marble that is not white? 5. There are 5 that are not white. 5 out of 7. Very likely. Extremely likely. Somewhat likely. Very likely.
Now we're writing essays.
Right? It's like a survey. The marbles pictured below are the same colors. Would you be more likely to draw a marble that is not black or a marble that is not gray? Okay. So probability of not black. Probability of not black. How many are not black? 6 of them out of 7. And then the probability of drawing one that is not gray. Not gray. Well, there are 3 that are not gray out of 7. So you're more likely to choose not black than not gray. Okay. If 3 more marbles were added to the bag, 1, 2, 3, what would be the probability of drawing a black marble? Okay, and it's assuming that these are black marbles. Black. Okay, that's blue, but you're just going to have to pretend. Okay, I can go. I'll change the color. It's okay, guys. I'll change the color.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Black. Black. 3 more black marbles. Okay. So the probability of drawing a black marble, now there are how many marbles total? 10. And how many are black? 4, which reduces 2 over 5. Wonderful. Okay. That is it for the notes. Okay. Complete that worksheet. Take a picture of it, submit it in Canvas in the appropriate assignment spot, and then go do the Math Excel. Ask me if you have questions on the geometry stuff. Most of it's easy. A few of them might require you to get some help.